Hi, my name is Diego Lomanto. I'm the VP of Product Marketing at UiPath, and today I want to talk to you about this concept of the Enterprise Automation Flywheel. It is this magical concept that I've seen at the heart of the most advanced automation programs in the world. When you get this going, it really helps accelerate digital transformation. And so let's talk about how you get it in gear. So most organizations, when they get started with automation, they start in a top-down way. They have a center of excellence that's looking for those big bottlenecks in the organization, those big swaths of work that, mundane stuff that no one likes to do, but need to be done anyway. Great examples like processing invoices, right? A lot of it's just moving data from one system to another. A robot could do that, better and faster and easier than a person, and people don't really like doing it anyway. So they start there. Then they start thinking, okay, how can we help our employees in their day-to-day work? And so the COE will then go out and build automations to help people every day. A couple examples would be, let's say I'm a manager and I start my day, I need a bunch of reports a bunch of data from different systems in one report. Robot can go out and do that for me. Or I'm a contact center agent, and when I get on the phone with a customer, instead of looking up all their information, I want, in 5 different systems, I want to go and have a robot gather all the data from me and put it in front of me so I can have a better conversation with the customer. Those are great examples of attended automations that the COE will provide to employees. So they roll those out. People start to use the automations. They get comfortable with them. They start to understand what automation really could do for them, and they start to like it, right? So if I'm the manager, I'm like, hey, I love my report robot. Give me more. What about a robot that'll help me onboard, my new customers or new clients every day, so I don't have to go and do it in 5 different systems? It's a great example of another automation, but that's an idea that's coming from me as the manager, right? So once people start to get comfortable with automation, they start to have these ideas, and they'll share those ideas with the Center of Excellence. And the Center of Excellence will assess and analyze and say, oh, the report robot was a huge success. This client onboarding robot is a great idea. We're going to build it for everyone. And so they do. And then they put that back out there. They provide it to the employees, and the employees use that new automation. And now you've got this flywheel going. This is what we mean by automation flywheel. The COE started by building automations that they thought were useful, and it's ending up now that our employees are submitting the ideas, and that flywheel is spinning and spinning and spinning. And now you got an automation program off the ground and self-sustaining, and it leads to some awesome benefits, right? So higher customer satisfaction, especially like when you talk about agents who are, servicing customers better because they don't have to spend time digging and looking for data, just faster, better customer service. You have happier employees because they're not doing this mundane stuff. Who wants to do invoice processing? Who wants to go into 6 different systems and pull a report together? No one does. So you have happier employees, and productivity is much, much better because people are doing more useful stuff. They're doing value creating work instead of the mundane and the busy work. So that's the general idea of the automation flywheel, but there's more to it. So as companies are getting more and more embedded with, people are getting more and more embedded with their automation and their robots, you have certain people in the company who have this sort of breakthrough moment where they think, wait a minute, I love working with robots and automation so much that I want to build my own automations. I have ideas that the Center of Excellence, either it's not big enough scale or they don't have time to get to it. But I know that if you gave me my ability to build my own automations, my day would go faster. And so these people, we typically call them citizen developers. They're a little more tech savvy. But really, all they need is, a day of training. We have a product called Studio X, which is targeted to these people that, help, built for a citizen developer. And they use Studio X and they build their own automations. And now they got automations that they built in their workflow. And they will then submit those automations to the Center of Excellence. Once again, maybe other people can use this. And they want to check it in, make sure that they're governed properly, right? The Center of Excellence wants to know that they're safe, secure, best practices are followed, and they'll take those automations from the end users and they'll analyze them for whether or not they're useful to the rest of the population, the rest of the employee, the rest of the workforce. And we've seen automations built by a citizen developer go off and be used by tens and thousands of employees inside a company. And it's really, really, if we keep building this flywheel, now you have the automation is coming from employees that enter the flywheel. And at this point, this is where the flywheel really takes off even further, right? You got automations coming from the center of excellence. You got automation ideas being suggested by employees. And then you have automations actually built by employees themselves, all part of this flywheel. And when you do it that way, you really compound those benefits that we were talking about earlier. So in a nutshell, that's what the automation flywheel is. If you want to learn more, if you want to learn how we can help you build your own flywheel, you can visit us at www.uipath.com. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.